Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 6. I hope everyone's doing great today. I know that I am. We're kind of picking up right where we last left off in our game save here. I did do a few things just to prep for today. But our main goal for today is to continue into power. Pretty much, that's the goal. Last episode we got some steel production up and going, which allowed us to progress and get our water mill, which is really cool. I did get that place down. I'll show you guys in a minute here. But I want to utilize that along with thermal expansion to get a good amount of power up and going, because there's a few tools I feel like we just need to hop into. We really need a jetpack and we really need a magnet. I think those will really help us out with our progression here. So, first things first, I did want to get one of these aesthetic items set up for us. To add to our environment. As you guys know, I am super into growing our base, expanding it, and making it look really unique. And one of the items that is actually part of thermal expansion, which could help with this, are these crates. So you have crates of carrots, crates of apples, tomatoes. You can get bamboo blocks. There we go. Tongue twister there. Sugarcane, so on and so forth. They have a whole bunch of different ones, which is really cool, like eggplants and stuff. So you just easy crafting, you set it up in a 3x3, like so, and you have some different options here. Because you look here, and this looks lighter toned wood than what we have up here. And really, I want that one, because it goes with our darker themed aesthetic for the swampy biome. Well, the way that you can change between crafting recipes is right here. So you click on this, and it pulls up a selection of what you can craft with that specific recipe. Now, this is nothing new. However, this is new to me in the sense where you actually have an icon to show you what you can make above here before you select it. That's kind of cool. Before, you could just cycle through it in this box here, but now it's a separate GUI box that pops up, which is kind of cool. So we're going to go with these ones because I think they're really awesome looking. And we are going to place a few of them around here. So it's actually funny because it kind of looks like TNT more than anything else. Huh. It looks a little bit too off for it to be carrots. But, I mean, hey, I'm just going to place a few around here because I think they'll be useful. Yeah. And maybe one right there, too. I don't know about that one. We might rearrange this one. But I thought these were really cool looking. They're a cool aesthetic addition to our setup here. Maybe we'll put it up there or something like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We could put one right here, I guess. Maybe we'll do that instead. But yeah, I thought these were a really cool addition. And you can put them with any crop that you might have. You saw all the different ones that we had planned out there. Yeah, maybe we'll put it there. I don't know. I haven't fully decided. Maybe we'll hold on to this one. I don't know if you can reverse craft them, though. So if I put these in here, you can. Okay, that's good to know. That you can reverse craft them. So if you do want your carrots back, you can actually get them. They're not just there for aesthetics solely. But obviously, they do help. So let me show you guys what we have set up for our power thus far. So hopefully that'll stop the rain here. Yes, it did. Okay. So I think our power production is going to be over here. And you might have already got a glimpse of it. So we'll come across here, and I think we'll have it set up through here. I don't know how just yet. I might keep it out in the open and just kind of have a half-built building, and then eventually close in the gaps in the leaf canopy that we got going. But we do have our water wheel here, which is producing power. It's not going anywhere currently, so unfortunately, we're kind of losing out on the power. But as you can see, I just set it up alongside our cobblestone wall here with a little bit of liquid, flowing through. So you do have to have it if you have it in this setup. So from the center point is one singular block there. You'll have to have a space, what is that, 3 down, I believe? 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 down, and then I think 3 above as well, at least, to make sure that it's running. It's the same if you go outwards, it has to be 3. So 3 this way, so 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So 3, 6, 7. So you really need a 7x7 space in order for this to run properly. Now from here, I kind of want to just kind of jump over into getting some thermal items set up. So what we are going to need, well, first and foremost, can we get a magnet going? We could if we had lead smelted up, which we do not. So since we do want to have that going, we could just take some lead, because we do have lead in here. Aluminium, lead. We got some lead right here. Cool. And we'll get this going in our automated process over here, because this should be emptied. Yep, so this should work. I just want to take 1 second to make sure that it will. Yep, okay, transferred over, and we got a bunch of stuff over here that we should bring back over. Anywho, so my idea is to get different power sources up and going, and then have them converge into one singular storage. Now, I haven't looked into the storage possibilities in the thermal series mod thus far, because this is different than your normal thermal expansion. But I'm sure that they have an option of some kind in here that we could utilize. All right, guys, so I took a look through, and actually I'm kind of surprised. Now, only surprised to a point, though, because I do need to keep in mind that this mod is being completely redone, in a sense. So, but there is no storage cube, energy storage cube, for thermal series currently. At least I'm not noticing one offhand. Now, you can store the power internally within the item, within the different machines, but yeah, we don't have any way to actually store it from there. And there's also no power transfer pipes. So let me see here. I'm curious if there's any other form of energy. We could go into the POWA mod to get some power going, and then there's also energy cables from that one that go for FE. And then obviously we also have our mechanism storage cube. I don't think universal cables is in here though. Let me just double check this though. Universal cables. Oh, they are in here. Perfect. So this actually will help us out a lot, because universal cables will allow you to transfer power of FE, EU, and joules, which is mechanism. And that's actually really, really nice. And they're actually pretty straightforward, but you do need the steel in order to do it. So luckily we have our steel production up and going, which will allow us to do that. So really what we could do is, I'm going to bookmark this. You can't see it because it is behind my camera here. Wow, I cannot spell. Energy. There we go. Jeez. Jeez. All right. We will do that. An energy module for portality. But there's also energy cells, a starter one from POWA, which you do need capacitors and stuff like that to get into, which we need dielectric paste. Holy smokes, that's getting into a whole thing. What do we need for this? This doesn't seem too bad. You do need a metallurgic infuser though, in order for that to start working. So we might not be able to actually get into the power storage that I want today, but at the very least we can get our tools up and going. So let's go back to thermal. I can type. There we go. Thermal expansion here. So we are going to want a Stirling dynamo, and I actually have it bookmarked over here. I'm also going to want to get going a Fluxo magnet. It's just one of the options for magnets in the pack. I also want a flux capacitor, and then I think I might want a flux bore as well. Now I do want to quickly show you, because I mentioned it, the different magnets you can get. So there's a whole bunch of different types of magnetism items in the game. So you can get a ring of magnetization, a mana lens that's magnetizing. You can get one from Simply Magnets. This one's actually pretty straightforward. I think maybe the different ones between the two of them are distances that you can actually get pick up stuff from for those two. The Fluxo one, it's just charged, so that's actually kind of nice. Obviously, these Botania ones, you do need mana steel to get going, so we're not obviously going to do that. You have upgrades for different things as well. So really, it's kind of pick your poison. You could do this one, simple magnet, or you could do the Fluxo magnet. Now you do need an ender pearl in order to get this one going, so we do have that. I mean, we could do that and save ourselves some power. Actually, let's do that instead. I do want to err on the side of conserving power early game here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to need one of these, and then we need some lapis, and we already have our redstone on us, and we're going to need a decent amount of iron. So let's just grab a whole half stack there. And we'll get that going just like so. So we have our magnet now. And I think that we can add it into a slot, if I'm not mistaken, right? It says slot curio. I have no idea. What is curio? Ring, 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 belt, 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 charm, charm, charm. Okay, I have no idea what curio means. What mod is this from? Simply Magnets. And we can use it to make that, and we do need blaze powder for that, which we do not have blaze powder. Okay, anyway, I'm getting distracted here. Getting very easily distracted by things. We did need to go to the nether as well at some point. But I think this will be fine. I think we could really just put it on whatever. Ooh, what does that mean? I have no idea what that means. What does this little button do? So like if I throw something down, right? Is he gonna pick it up? Or does it have to be on our main inventory? Oh, you activate it. Okay, now it's activated. So I right-clicked and now it's activated. Now if I put it into here with it being activated, okay. Well, let me just. It kind of brings it right to us, so we can't even like throw stuff. As you see, it kind of brings it right to our area here. So, okay. I mean, I'm for it. It seems to work fine, and it's a very cheap way to get a magnet right off the bat. So, highly recommend that. All right, moving right along then. Get that off of there. So what we'll want to do next is get our Sterling dynamo going. So we're going to need an iron gear. We do need some iron nuggets here. That is new, it seems like. Luckily, we have some left over here in our inventory, so that's not too shabby. We'll grab that, and then how are we with all the rest of the items we need? So we do need just some stone, and then we need this, which is pretty straightforward. Do I have some stone hanging out? I do. So we'll grab that. I'm going to throw some cobblestone in to cook up some more stone for us, just because I feel like it's going to be more used in this pack than what we have previously done. Now, the next one I want to kind of jump over to is immersive engineering, because there are certain things that I want to grab from this one that'll be super helpful for us as well. Because I mentioned in the last episode, I want to use immersive engineering power transfer, at least for some of it, because it looks really cool. In early game, it's fine because the power transfer that you're doing is relatively low. As you get further and further in, you'll probably want to bump it up to something different that immersive engineering might not be able to really compensate for. But anywho, so what we are going to need are some wire connectors. So we'll bookmark these. And then the relay as well. Now there is LV, which is low voltage, medium voltage, which is MV, and then HV, which is high voltage. And the book goes into a little bit more explanation around those. So if you're interested, definitely take a read into that. There's also what we're going to want, which is a capacitor, because I believe the capacitor is what will allow us to actually store some energy right off the bat, which is perfect. Let me just double check on that though. So let's get the book out here. All right, yeah, just as I thought, capacitors serve as an energy store unit for immersive engineering. So not too bad, but we do need some copper and some lead, which is not bad. We are getting to nighttime because our plague doctors are letting us know there. So by drinking all their potions. It did sound like a weird noise, did it not? It sounded like maybe there's some other enemy out there. It doesn't look like it on the map, though. But okay, let's go over here. We do need our lead, so let's grab our lead, aka lead, and get the bag inside here, and we should have everything we need, right? We don't have our Cooper. Let's grab our Cooper. And so we need the capacitor here, because it'll be a good little storage of energy for us. Then we're also going to need some wiring. So in order to do it, we'll need some low voltage wiring. And then what I like to do is actually update it to insulated, because then you won't get shocked. If you just do the normal wiring, you will take damage when you come in contact with the wire, because it's not shielded. There's nothing around it. You know, if you think of a normal wire here in the real world, if you didn't have that rubberized material around it, you could just touch the metal cable itself and get electrocuted. That's not what we want. We want the ones that are insulated. So that's what we're going to go for here. All right. Cool. So we should have what we need. I guess we'll start with the capacitor because that's the easiest. We'll grab that and we will get it stuck down here on our inventory. I'm going to take that off of there for the time being. Maybe just actually organize some stuff here. I did get a Tinkerer's workbench up and going. I'll show you guys that just in just a minute here. I'll explain around that one. We can take the low voltage capacitor off of there. For this, we do need terracotta. Yikes. Okay, I did not know we needed terracotta for this. So let's get some clay. Let's throw it in there and get some terracotta made up. I don't think I have found a biome that has terracotta in it yet. Don't think I have, but we do need a good amount of it, so we'll throw it in there to get it going. But in the meantime, while that is going, we could get some of our low voltage wiring going. We do need copper wiring going, so we will need to press some plates. And we've done this before. We did it at the end of the last episode, I believe, so we're going to need both of these tools here. And I'm going to make up 8 of them just to get us started. So we'll do that. Do it just like so with the engineer's hammer to get our copper platings. We'll take our wire cutters to get 8 copper wires there. And then we can just put it in a recipe like so and get 8 of our low voltage wires. And the next thing I will want to do is get it set up like this with our tough fabric. Now this is where our industrial hemp fiber comes into play, and that is why I started off early game collecting it and getting it ready for us. So that'll make a little bit too much, I think. Maybe not actually. Maybe that might make a decent amount there. So we'll take that, we'll get that crafted up, and that'll give us both of those. So we can take these, we'll throw it there. I'll take this last piece of fiber and put it over there for the time being, and we'll grab our terracotta here. I think for the time being we can put our tools away. I don't think we need them currently. We probably will need them down the line though. But we do have our insulated wiring going, which is awesome. Okay, now we do need our relays, and then we also need our connectors. Easy peasy. So we pretty much have everything we need in order to get this going properly. So we're going to come back over here, and we're going to keep it pretty simple to start off with. I didn't bring any cobblestone or anything with me, because that's really what I would want to be using here, is some kind of cobblestone. And realistically, we'll have to make this look pretty later, because right now we just don't have it set up to how it realistically will be in the long term, with some probably mossy cobble and so on and so forth. So, but I think this would be really cool. Maybe we'll build like a building around it or something actually, and have this be a centerpiece of it, which would be pretty cool. So to get started, I think what I'm going to do is going to try to like maybe make a little bit of an area here. And I'll put it like so, and then we're going to put our capacitor right up top there. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we are going to need our hammer for a few things here. So let's grab our hammer, and then we're going to need our connectors. So we're going to place one connector on this bad boy, but I think I'll place it on the top, just like so. And then I'm going to do the same with this. Now there are different colors for this. I believe the blue is input, if I'm not mistaken. So we have our 2 connectors here, which means we can connect. So the connectors are used from going from a machine to a machine directly. So if you want power to come out of a machine, you need to use a connector on that machine specifically, like we've done here. So on our kinetic dynamo, we put a connector. We want it to come over to our capacitor, so we put another connector on this side. Now, if you do need distances in between covered, because it might be too long of a distance to have your wire travel between it, that's where these relays come in. So basically, they are relaying the wires along the path that you want it to go. So, but we don't need it because I'm keeping it relatively close for the time being, just to keep things simple. So you just right-click it on one of them, and then you come to the other one and right-click it like so, and just like that, we have our cables connected here. Now, if I jump up, we're not going to get hurt because it's insulated, like I was talking on before. Now, facing energy input, opposite side, no connection. No, that's not what we want. Energy input, yep, that's right. So energy input on the top, and we want this one to be the right way as well. Which it should be like that, which it should be producing power. This is very interesting. I don't know why, because now I'm looking at it, it does have an internal buffer, and this really should be producing some power here. But maybe it's getting thrown off here? Like, let's block this off here really quickly. Do we have some dirt on us as well? We do, okay. We'll do that, and then I'm gonna come down here and do that, and then put it like so. Will that do it? That does not do it for some reason. Do we need a connector between them now? Is that something that is a thing? Because I thought we could just hook them up directly. Take a look in a book here. In our book here. So, POWA. Power generation. Yeah, so transferring power is quite helpful, provided you get a kinetic forces of windmill and water moves connected to dynamo will create power based on how they turn. Water move is fairly easy of powering dynamo. Its turning speed is based on the water flowing around it. For optimal results, you want to direct the water in a semicircle from the top down on one side along the bottom. Okay, I see what they're saying there for that one. But I don't know why then this isn't producing any power here. I am quite confused here as why our kinetic dynamo wouldn't be producing power. Unless it's flowing the wrong way. Could that be it? I'm sure you guys are yelling at me in the comments right now. It's not the right way. We'll try. I'll try a few things here. All right, guys. So I think I did actually have it set up right, but I think it's a weird bug with the display there. I guess the dynamo does not have an internal storage like it was showing it there on our screen. Actually, I don't know if you guys could see it. Now that I'm thinking about it, it shows for me. Let me run back over here and I'll double check here and see if you guys can see this or not. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it. It's behind my camera here, unfortunately. But basically, it'll pop up in the left-hand side saying that there is an RF buffer internally, but there is not actually. So it's just, it's not accurate on that. So I want to get another tool made up here. Let me see. Right here, the engineer's voltmeter. That is what we're going to want next. So we do need a compass. Not too bad to make. And then we'll get the voltmeter up and going like so. So the voltmeter, it's used to measure connections. Aiming at any energy source or right-clicking it will read its current storage. So that's really what we need in order to be able to see and make sure that things are working. I'm going to assume they are, but this will definitely show it to us. Yep, just like so. You can see we're producing power. It's not going to show it there, but you can hold it over different things here, and it'll show you what you got going on here. So this stores 100K flux, which is not anything crazy, but still good to get us going. Perfect. So we have our nice little storage system set up, but I feel like from this, like it's cool to have this to here, but realistically from that point in time then, universal cables are going to be our way to go for it. I think that's really how it's going to be. Because it's a lot easier to handle between tools. We do need our steel though. So let's go over to our steel production system over here. Coke oven, grab that. Unfortunately, we have too much creosote oil, which we'll have to address relatively soon, and we'll get our steel out of here. So back over we go. And we will grab, we don't have to actually do that. We can just go like this, and we'll get 8 of them, which is actually pretty good to get you going. So with that being done, I feel like our next move, well, we can't do this yet. We can't do that storage device, but we do have our dynamo. So our dynamo would be our next path to go since we have it ready and roaring here. Now realistically, I think we can hook this. I don't know if we can hook this up to this and produce power as well. I don't know. We'll have to see here. We do need to switch this to an input. And I'll put this on here. Unfortunately, I need the wrench now that I'm thinking about this. So let's go to thermal. And we do have the crescent wrench that we are going to need. I really should just keep a crafting table here so that we could just do this on the fly because we have everything we need in our inventory, just not a way to craft it. So there we go. We'll do that. And we had it the first go around. There we go. Perfect. So now if we look in here, pretty straightforward way of power generation. You're going to take anything that can burn and it'll turn it into a power source. Now you have a bunch of different information over here. You can see over here, solid fuels, yeah, so on and so forth. You can see your max output in RF. You can see your redstone if you want to set it up to be activated by redstone, and then there's augmentations as well. But for us, realistically, the best thing for us to do is to just use some coal. That's going to be our best bet here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put our crescent hammer away there. And we'll see if this works. So I'll grab a little bit of coal here. Grab 2 stacks. Did not mean to do that. It can be a little bit finicky at times, that's for sure. But we'll come over here. We'll throw this in here. And then we can take our voltmeter and see if this is putting power into it. I think it would be the best way to fully tell. Yeah, this is how you can tell right now. It's outputting 100%. It's not backstoring any of it. So that is how you can tell right off the bat that that is working in the way that we thought it would. So with that being said, we're going to take this. We're going to do that. Again, we'll make this look pretty eventually. And we are going to get this. We're going to make this an output. As you can see, the facing side is an energy output. Orange is energy out. And then what we are going to do is take our basic universal cables and have them run down just like so. And I think I'm going to have them, because we'll probably, well, I don't know how we'll do it just yet. I mean, that'll probably be our starting point right there. So I don't know if I really want it to go into the ground just yet. We kind of have to tinker with it. But we do have our Tinker's workbench up and going. So I was kind of curious of what this was. This is how you can charge up your items. So we go in here, pretty straightforward recipe, a little bit of glass, crafting table, planks, redstone flux coil, and iron. This coil is just redstone and gold. Pretty straightforward crafting. You can place it down like so. It connects up via our universal cable here, and it has an internal storage buffer of 2000 RF. So on its own, it's actually a decent storage buffer, and there actually are augmentations. Now I'm kind of curious. Oh, okay, so we could actually get an augmentation on this. So it seems like the Tinker's Workbench almost becomes your storage capacity here, because you could get an augmentation just like so. It's actually not that hard. We do need some silver though. Yeah, you could get an augmentation on it that would increase the storage capacity of RF on it. Okay, do we have some silver chilling out here? I have 1 silver there. I'm going to take some of these and some of those, and then I'm going to throw this silver into our automated system here to get it moving along. And this should work. Let's just double check. I always want to make sure, because you never know. Yep, okay, cool beans. It is going to work. And I do just want to grab 1 piece of it so that we can craft up this augmentation. That's interesting. That you could even get to higher ones with silver. But I think you might have to, I don't know. This one's kind of an overall good one, and then this one increases your transfer as well. So interesting. Okay, we'll grab 1 piece of it. Back over to our POWA site. It gets so laggy over there when we do have that automated process going, though. And I am going to get this augmentation going. We do need a redstone coil, though, so grab that. And we'll do this bad boy just like so. And then we'll come into here, go into our augmentations, and throw it on there. So yeah, now we are up to 800,000 RF storage capacity. So this really does end up becoming a storage cube on its own. Now you're not going to hit the numbers that we have seen in other versions of this mod, but it still works. So, all right, finally, the last thing we do want to get going here are some better tools. So our flux bore, I feel like, is going to be our best way to go here, because I think there are drills. Let's see here. Yeah, there's these drills here. Let's go to the flux bore here. Yeah, we just have the flux bore, and you can upgrade it, I believe, as well. Yeah, I think you can upgrade it a little bit. But I think it'd be kind of cool to get the flux bore and then a flux capacitor so we have some storage on us at all times. So with that being said, flux bore. So we need a drill head. Pretty straightforward. A lot of resources for it though. Gold gear, which we are going to need some iron nuggies for. So that's interesting. A gold gear takes iron nuggets in the middle. We need tin. We don't have tin. Tin the Toolman Taylor. Come on, boy. Our frames are just dropped 1,000% over here. Yikes. Okay, where's our tin the Toolman Taylor here? Nickel, platinum, aluminum, zinc, tin. Tin. That's one piece. That's not gonna work for us. One piece. Okay. Yikes. What's going on here? How does that not have any power? Should be outputting. Did it get kind of messed up or something here? Oh no, now, I mean, it moved it over. Oh my gosh, the lag is astonishing. So if I break this, no, this is strange. I don't know what's going on here. Why it's not working properly. Do that and then transfer it over like that. Okay, now it's working. And maybe it was just a glitch or something. Probably just a glitch, unfortunately. It doesn't look like that has changed, so we could probably put our not that there. No, get off of there. Throw our tin in there. We'll let that go. But I'm gonna just throw a piece or two over here to get going, just so we can have it ready. So what do we need? 4. There's our terracotta. And let's just put this. Oh yikes, we're running out of space in our storage here. We'll put those up there. And then we got our stone, our cooked up stone, so that'll go right in there. And then we just need to let this roll. All right, we got everything we needed. I realized I actually needed more tin than what I originally made up, so we should be able to get that. And then we need our coil, easy peasy, and bada bing, bada boom, we have our flux bore. Perfect, and as you can see, it takes 40k RF. Now we can upgrade these if we want to. It looks like a flux linkage amplifier, process energy times 1.1, a max power plus 100%. Interesting. Let's go to thermal real quick here. What other upgrades do we have? Alchemical, radio, multi-cycle injectors for dynamos, processing, catalytic chamber, machine, secondary product, expanding tank construction, expanded RF coil. I think that this will just allow us to... Do I not have any more silver on us? I guess I don't. I guess I used it all up. Did I not? I did use it all up. So, but the other thing we could get is a flux capacitor, which all we need is one of these bad boys, and then we have all the lead that we need. So, just like so, we got our flux capacitor as well. So now we can store all of this stuff away in here, just like so. This is going to be kind of hard to figure out how we want to put all our tools, but I think that'll be fine. I'll keep that over there. I don't think this has a mining level of diamond, unfortunately. We'll have to see. But with this now, we can take it over to our table and charge it up. So we'll come over here. Our table is slowly but surely gaining power here. So we could put it on our flux capacitor first, but it takes 400k. So I'm not going to start with that. We'll just put it on here for the time being. As you can see, it charges right on up. Easy peasy. And then we'll actually put this one over here as well. We'll just let it charge itself up, because these will be producing power. Both of these items will. Now, again, not the prettiest setup, I will be the first to admit. But for the time being, I think it works really, really well. So let's grab our picture here. Wow, okay, this is not the best angle for this. Let's try to bump it back a little bit here. We might actually have to jump up a little bit right here to get the best picture that we can get in here. I think we can make this work. Something like that. I'll figure it out in post. But yeah, actually, I think I could take pictures on this. I just don't remember what button it is. Anyway, anywho, we're way over our time anyway, 35 minutes in. But yeah, so this is awesome. We are finally into our power production, which is perfect. This is exactly what we needed. So we can actually then get into a little bit more of thermal machines, which will make things a little bit easier for our production, especially with automated systems. Now, obviously, if we get an automated ore duplication and so on and so forth going over here, it uses power. It's not as nice as the other one, but it'll definitely work a lot quicker than that other one. So, and it also will let us lead into other mods as well. And I do want to get some stuff set up. Like Cyclic has this fishing net. There's these illuminating fixtures. I mean, mechanism. Like, there's so much stuff to get into, guys. Like, you don't even know. But, and on top of that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we do need to go to the Nether, and we really need an upgraded storage system. We've been kind of procrastinating on that one, and I think we really need to get something into gear here. So there is refined storage, but I believe there's also simple storage as well. There's also extra storage. There's dank storage. There's all kinds of storage that you might want in here. I thought simple storage was in here. Is it not? I think it might just be refined storage that's in here. Please hold. Simple. Oh, I guess it's not. So I guess we really would be using, well, there's RF tools storage, which needs quartz, which means we need to go to the Nether. Regardless, we're probably going to the Nether in the next episode. So, but anyways, guys, we're going to wrap up the episode there. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Better yet, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking on this series, if you're excited to see more of it, because I know I'm excited to put more of it out for you guys to view. Definitely some other cool things coming down the pipeline, things in talks right now, so we'll see how those bad boys go, but just stay tuned. Definitely keep up to date, and if you're new here, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Let you know every single time a new episode is posted here on the channel. I do stream over on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays currently at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in checking that out and following me over there, I have it linked down in the description along with the Discord. If you want to keep in touch with the community or join into the community, it's a great place to hang out, ask questions, so on and so forth. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me for this episode today. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.